Whispers in the palace leave Princess Beatrice and Eugenie fighting for their reputation. Hello, royal watchers and lovers of all things regal. Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your ultimate destination for the inside scoop, hidden truths, and royal realities behind Britain's most famous family. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell, because we're about to dive into one of the most intriguing, tension-filled royal stories of the moment. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the very end of this one. The whispers have begun. The kind of whispers that ripple through the corridors of Buckingham Palace like a ghost in the night, soft, sly, but powerful enough to shake reputations and rewrite royal destinies. This time, it's not about King Charles, Queen Camilla, or even the ever-scrutinized Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. No, the storm has quietly gathered around two women who have long walked the thin line between royal duty and private life, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Once adored as the cheerful, approachable nieces of King Charles, the York sisters now find themselves under an uneasy spotlight. Their reputation, once polished by their grace and low-drama lifestyle, is being tested like never before. Sources close to the palace claim that both sisters are fighting to protect not just their image, but their very place within a royal family that's redefining what it means to be royal in the modern age. It all began, insiders say, when conversations behind palace doors turned once again to the York problem. With Prince Andrew standing at an all-time low following his forced retreat from public duties and ongoing legal controversies, senior courtiers reportedly expressed concern about lingering associations, subtle but potent connections that still tie Beatrice and Eugenie to their father's scandals. Though the sisters have done everything right, living quiet lives, avoiding drama, focusing on family and charity, the shadow cast by their father is proving nearly impossible to escape. According to one palace aide quoted in whispers to the press, the king admires Beatrice and Eugenie, but there's pressure from within the institution to protect the monarchy's image at all costs. That means making tough decisions about who remains publicly royal, and who does not. Imagine growing up in a world where your title is both your privilege and your prison. That's the reality facing Beatrice and Eugenie today. For years, they've stood apart from their cousins William and Harry, not working royals, yet still bearing the HRH titles and all the expectations that come with them. Their royal status gives them prestige, but also paints a target on their backs every time the monarchy's reputation wavers. And now, with talk of further streamlining the royal family under King Charles, some insiders fear that the York sisters could become casualties of that new, leaner vision of the crown. It's not personal, at least, not publicly. It's politics. Optics. The relentless machinery of royal survival. Behind the scenes, the sisters are said to be leaning heavily on their own reputations, and each other, to weather the growing tension. Both have worked tirelessly to establish themselves as modern women with independent careers. Princess Beatrice, now a mother of two, has carved out a place in the business world, focusing on technology and charitable innovation. Princess Eugenie, meanwhile, has built her career in the arts, working for renowned galleries and promoting charitable causes ranging from anti-slavery initiatives to environmental advocacy. These aren't the idle princesses of fairy tales. They're working women, juggling careers, motherhood, and public expectation. And yet, despite their efforts, the palace grapevine keeps humming. Recent murmurs suggest that some royal advisors, particularly those close to Prince William, are quietly questioning whether non-working royals should continue to use their HRH titles. The logic? To draw a clear boundary between the monarchy as an institution and the extended family as individuals. The risk? The York sisters could find themselves stripped of their royal labels, left to navigate public life without the titles they were born into. But it's not just about names and protocol. It's about perception. Rumors have already started swirling online and in the tabloids, hinting that Beatrice and Eugenie might be too close to their disgraced father. Some reports have even twisted innocuous family visits into signs of divided loyalties. One headline claimed Beatrice was secretly advising Andrew on his next move, a claim royal insiders flatly deny, calling it nonsense. Yet, as history has shown, in the world of the royals, perception often becomes reality, adding to the tension. There's talk that the sisters' recent absences from certain public events, including select royal gatherings, were less about scheduling conflicts and more about strategic distancing. One royal source reportedly said, "They're walking on eggshells. Every public appearance is calculated now. Every move must be carefully weighed, because one misstep could reignite old controversies." And then there's the looming figure of Prince William, the future king who has made no secret of his desire to modernize the monarchy. William, while fond of his cousins, is known for his strategic approach to the institution's image. Insiders claim that he's quietly supportive of a smaller, tighter royal team centered around himself, Catherine, and their children. That doesn't leave much room for cousins, no matter how well-behaved or loyal they may be. Still, not everyone within the palace agrees with this shift. King Charles, who reportedly has a soft spot for Beatrice and Eugenie, is said to be protective of them. He knows they've suffered for their father's sins and, by most accounts, has worked behind the scenes to shield them from harsher criticism. Some even say Charles ensured they kept their princess titles when Andrew lost his honors, a gesture of quiet compassion, but Charles's reign, as we all know, won't last forever. And when the crown passes to William, the sisters' position could become even more precarious. One royal watcher put it bluntly, when William takes over, the York sisters might find themselves out in the cold. For now, Beatrice and Eugenie are playing their cards wisely. They've chosen discretion over defiance. Instead of battling the institution, they're strengthening their personal brands, through philanthropy, through family, and through modern relevance. Eugenie continues to champion her charity work, often sharing glimpses of her life on social media in ways that humanize her while keeping things dignified. Beatrice, with her quiet charm and understated elegance, has become something of a style icon for young royals who value authenticity over grandeur, but the question remains, will it be enough? Can two women, no matter how genuine or grounded, overcome the powerful tide of palace politics and public opinion? One thing is clear, the whispers aren't fading. They're growing louder. And as the monarchy faces scrutiny on all fronts, from cost to credibility, those whispers may soon demand answers. So as we watch this story unfold, one can't help but feel sympathy for Beatrice and Eugenie. They didn't ask for this fight, but it's one they can't avoid. They're caught between blood and duty, family and institution, love and legacy, and if there's one thing the royal family has taught us time and time again, it's that reputation in the palace can be both your greatest crown and your heaviest burden. Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles, where we unveil the truth behind the glittering walls of royalty. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video. Subscribe.